Let us now do completing squares method for quadratic equation where leading coefficient is not 1. Find the vertex of the parabola from the given quadratic function y equals to minus x square minus 6x plus 5. And we also have y equals to 2x square plus 10x minus 1. That is for you to practice. This one I'll do for you. So first step, as you know, is to factor out the leading coefficient, right? And you have to consider only the first two terms, not the third one. Keep it aside. Let me show you what I mean. So factor out the leading coefficient from the first two terms only. So when you factor minus 3, you get x squared. Minus minus becomes plus. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we get 2x, right? And keep this term kind of away, right, like this. Now the next step is, what we need to do is, we need to do half of 2x, half of 2 rather. So what is half of 2? Half of 2 is 1. So add and subtract square of 1. I'm writing square of 1 here. I know square of 1 is just 1, but just to make you absolutely clear, there's square of this number which comes in this position, right? When you add and subtract the same number, it means you are adding 0, which you can always do. Now, as you can see here, first three terms form a perfect square, right? So they become a perfect square, and we can write them as x plus 1 whole square. So in this, plus sign comes from here and the 1 comes from that side. Minus 1 square is 1 plus 5. Now we need to open the brackets, right? Perform distributive property. We get minus 3 x plus 1 whole square minus minus is plus 3 plus 5. And we can add these terms together and write down final answer, which is minus 3 squared plus 8, right? So from here we get the vertex, and vertex, as you see, is minus 1 and 8. And in this case we do have a maximum, right? Why a maximum? Since the unit is negative, right? Leading coefficient is negative, that means it is opening downwards. That is why we have maximum in this particular case, right? I hope you understand the process, and it's as good as that, right? Now let me also do the second one rather quickly for you, and I hope you got the same answer as I get. What we get is, we have to factor out 2 first. We get x squared plus 5x, correct? Keep 1 aside. 2 times x squared plus, now half of 5 is 5 over 2, and that's why I took this example. So 5 over 2 whole square minus 5 over 2 whole square, right? So add and subtract the same term, minus 1. Now from here, what we can do is, we can combine the first three terms, which is x plus 5 over 2 whole square, and let me square this up, which is 25 over 4 minus 1. Now let's open the brackets. We get 2 times x plus 5 over 2 whole square minus 25 over 2. When you multiply by 2, you get, one of them gets cancelled, right? Minus 2. And that gives you plus 5 over 2 whole square. And here when you take minus 2 this side, you get minus 27 over 2, right? So that becomes your equation vertex form, and here vertex is minus 5 over 2 or 2.5, and what is this value, maximum or minimum? This value is minimum since the parabola opens upwards, right? So here you have this vertex here, and therefore this point represents a minimum, right? So as you can see from here, we added and subtracted half of this number, right? So half of 5 we added and subtracted, correct? And in this case, plus sign comes from here, rather I should say plus sign comes from here, and 5 by 2 comes from there to get you the equation. I hope this process is absolutely clear with you, and you can now do any quadratic equation in vertex form. Hope that helps. Thank you.